What is up?
Please don't put that in there.
I probably will put it in there. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to D-Class Moto Podcast.
What's
we
up,
got
boys?
the full crew in here. Hayden, Zach. This is Zach's first time on the podcast.
Yeah, bo.
Myself, Connor, and Tanner is back.
Back for round 2.
That's right.
We recorded a podcast a couple months ago.
Oh yeah.
And
it just wasn't it.
we were finished it, and we were like, yeah, we can't post that.
Can't post that.
Just nothing
I had
was
fun.
going on.
Nothing was.
But you've been on
nothing
before.
was cool.
You've been on
though.
before that, right?
Yeah, I did the Redbud one.
Yeah,
And
the
then
one-
we
Oh
did
yeah,
another one.
That one.
The one where
It was tinted tan.
The one where, you were at a disadvantage on the angle of the camera.
Yeah, yeah. The one
Made him
that
look
showed my.
very suspect.
Yeah,
Camera added about 100 pounds somehow to Tanner.
Maybe 150.
I mean,
Just
I
set
feel
up
like
right.
it was pretty accurate.
Yeah.
I wore a sweatshirt this time.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. Should have worn long pants too. At least you wear socks.
Tanner's got the dogs out. He's got the.
This is my new. This
got
is
the
my
walk,
new rock.
the walking on water shoes.
Are those your wife's shoes?
That's him, Jerusalem.
Nope, not
strollers
married
right
yet.
there.
These are
gosh.
yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with these.
Yeah, you can.
Well, enough about Birkenstocks.
All right, so yeah, this is a dirt bike podcast, not a tow podcast, as much as Tanner would like it to be.
I have my own toe podcast.
Yeah. So we had Paula this weekend,
Round one.
round one.
Wow.
I think
Just
450
wow.
Moto 2 is everything we could have ever hoped for.
Dude.
I need that again.
Gosh. Honestly, the first 250 gate drop just made me so excited. Like watching Masterpool like rip around the
that was
outside
sick.
to
Oh, yeah.
take the lead
that
early
was,
on.
That was.
Dude, that fired me up. And so I didn't get to watch it live. I had to go back and rewatch it later that night. I was out of town. But dude, like imagine being the only one awake in a house going like insane. And you can't like yell. You're just like trapped inside a room.
Reminds me of Masterpool's Redbud ride.
That's what I was about
Yeah,
to say. I thought it
yeah.
was like the start of the summer to Masterpool.
Yeah, that was
Like
that
you
was
could
so
see,
sick.
especially when he gets a good start.
Yeah.
He goes
gets on-
for it,
he
dude.
gets
That
on
dude.
that thing.
Oh,
He
yeah.
loves doing the whole like rip the outside
Get
line.
it,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Makes it stick.
Yeah.
And then watching him, like, I don't know if he got the rhythm right going up that, like, I don't like the roller dragon's back. I don't know what you want to call that. Like right past the whole shot, like whatever section that is. Like he was on one wheel going up it, and then had to like adjust because he was going like endo down it.
Yeah.
And he like pulled the move off. It was so sick.
That was sick. I think he blew himself up a little bit.
Yeah, he
'cause
definitely got
was-
pumped up.
I mean, it's his first race
dude.
back too. So
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
round
that's right.
like he hasn't.
I
bro,
forgot,
round
yeah.
one, railing the outside.
Yeah.
Horns going.
Oh yeah,
You're
Oh, yeah.
pumped,
Shoot.
dude.
That was
Yeah.
so
No choice.
sick.
so
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole weekend. I mean, every race I felt like provided a little bit. Chase's whole ordeal in Moto 1.
Man, that was nuts.
Yeah.
I was so confused. Like anybody,
I
get
still
any
want to know
insight on
why.
the goggles.
I don't think anyone said why
I mean,
he pulled off his goggles.
Apparently
right?
he had
a rock in it.
I think he got like either had a rock in it or he got dirt in his goggles. You
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
when
yeah.
you're when you're jumping. It had to have been a lot though because
Was he caught up in the pack?
Yeah, if it was just a little bit, then
Yeah.
like you don't pull those off first lap.
Yeah, no.
right.
But
Yeah.
Which I think is what happened, but I don't really know what happened when he fell. He either hit neutral or landed
Oh
on his
yeah,
rear
yeah.
brake.
Yeah, I think he.
But still, like it's like okay, I'm gonna throw this out there. Anytime Jet's on the track, it's like Chase's mind just walks out of his
Yeah.
walks
Yeah.
out of his head.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know what
It's his
what it
kryptonite.
is.
Unfortunately,
I mean, if a guy goes 22-0 on you
Yeah.
in the summer,
Yeah,
and then
it'll do
I
something
don't.
to
I mean,
you.
I've been paying attention to this, but I don't think Chase has ever passed Jet straight up when he's not hurt.
yeah, I don't
When,
think
when
so.
he's fully
I don't
healthy
think so.
and he's on it.
Big.
definitely not on outdoors.
No, definitely not in outdoors.
That's a big stat.
Ken
Yeah.
Roxon's the only one to pass Jet.
Yeah, and so like last year, like he was, like obviously Chase is like incredible, but
Yeah.
last year he was like I don't think he was threatened by anybody there.
No.
So
No.
you know he was like
Yeah.
like a Redbud. He was clearly the guy. But I don't know, dude. When Jet gets on the gate, something else happens to
Yeah, that was probably the most exciting outdoor. And I'm not gonna lie, like I really hate Paula. I don't know what it is, but like it's my least favorite track. But that was the most exciting outdoor race I've seen in years.
Dude, I think it's different this year. I don't know what it is. I'm getting like 2022 vibes.
Yeah.
From when Tomac was on it.
Oh, when Tomac and Chase duked it out all summer.
Yeah.
I think the disconnect for Tomac was good because, like you talk about Chase getting in his head. Well, Tomac hasn't seen that gate and hasn't seen Jet on the gate in forever, so he's just pinned.
Yeah.
And he has passed Jet, so I don't know if that plays anything into like a mental game, but
it seems to me like Tomac does not have a mental disability.
There's no mental block.
no mental.
He's just like
Maybe
I'm
a
just out
social
here.
disability, but not a mental
Yeah,
one.
you don't. Chase doesn't have a mental disability when it comes to that. He is his own blocker. Like he shuts himself down. I feel like mentally, and it's like AP. Like remember we saw AP during Supercross had like zero confidence, and he was doing terrible. Like he finished in like 22nd, or like had just terrible starts and had terrible confidence throughout the entire Supercross season, and then like halfway. He got like a good start and everything changed.
Yeah, it's crazy how much the mind plays a part of it. It's hard for us to understand. Like,
well,
normal dudes,
grubs.
Yeah.
But
just the pressure and
I mean, I get to see a little bit of it, like with my job, just because like I've talked about it on here before. My boss is a UFC fighter, and the mental game is a huge part of it too. And like he's really strong with it, but I mean, it affects everyone. When that's like when you're at the top, and like.
Yeah.
You know, you're feeding your kids off of your results and stuff. They definitely can weigh on you.
I feel like it takes one bad thought to kind of haunt you.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you think
You
of something
replay that.
during the day and then you see Chase wadding it and all that other stuff go on, that's like kind of
and then like
that.
like the narrative on Chase was whether it was the bike or him, it was that he took the front, and then so like everybody's saying that, and then he probably starts to believe it.
Yeah.
And then everybody says he can't be Jet, or whether he believes it or not.
Yeah.
And then
A lot of noise out there to try to block out.
Oh yeah.
Did y'all
brutal for him.
Did y'all watch the press conference after?
Yeah.
Did you see where Jet wouldn't quit going on about how good Eli was at Hangtown?
Yeah.
He was like
made
yeah,
Eli
like
laugh.
yeah. Well, he was like talking about all I can remember is like how fast Eli is at Hangtown. And he was saying, I got to get this out of my head before next weekend. Because
which is so cool. Eli was loving it too.
oh yeah. Eli was just like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know I'm the best there.
There's like, I mean, there's a
Yeah.
10-year age difference between those two.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
It's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts? Thinking when Eli came into the 250 class, where was Jet?
Yeah, Eli was
that would have been
from
what,
2010.
2010?
Was that
Yeah.
all the way back in 2010?
Yeah.
I was thinking 2013, but
So Jet was probably what,
9.
eight
How old
or
is
9
Jet?
years old.
He's like 22.
22 now.
okay.
Dude, 12?
And Eli's
Yeah,
32.
Had to be on
Super
at best
minis?
at 85 at best.
Oh, 85? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Holy cow.
Yeah, he would have been around there.
I thought it was funny where he was like, I think Eli's exhaust is on the front of his bike because it was just
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty sick. He's a cool kid. Like he seems like he doesn't like take it super seriously, you know, or super serious. Is that there?
Well, he was crying when he won.
I know.
Yeah.
But like if you watch his vlogs and stuff, he's like, he just seems kind of like a kid just going out to ride his dirt bike, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that maybe plays a part in how good he is under pressure.
Yeah.
Dude, he's insane. Like how Tomac was pushing, and then Jet could just
Answer
up it,
back.
and we've seen it with Chase.
Dude, there were a few moments like that thing I reposted on my story where Eli was ripping the outside, and they both
Yeah.
then they
Went through
both
the
go down
rollers.
the rollers, and
Oh
Eli
my God.
Eli tripled out of the rollers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and then there was another moment. I haven't gone back and rewatched it, but it was during. I just remember it from watching it live during the race when Eli was like he was smelling blood. And I think it was when they were coming through the mechanics section. Is that where it's kind of like it's a straightaway, but it's like really rough?
really choppy.
Like
Eli was just like wide open. The back end was just going everywhere, and he was holding it wide. Oh,
James pointed out a really cool thing during that moto. He was like, listen to their bikes.
Yeah.
Jet almost sounded like he was stalling it in every corner, and then Eli's just 100%. And
the limiter
Jet
everywhere.
is still keeping that gap.
But then both of them, when they were coming around that turn, kind of like off the start straight, it was like that like really
berm.
loamy berm, and they were both just like steering with the rear, just like wide open.
That had to be the best like shot. If you're going to get a good photo from that track, that had to be.
Yeah. But like when they were both close, like both of them were just hitting that wide open.
Yeah, when Eli and Jet were neck and neck going through that roller section, I was like, if only Eli would have moved over and like pinned
that
Jet
was the
off.
problem is like he had to take that inside.
Exactly. If he was somehow able to hit that outside, he would have made that move stick 100%. But dude, I was on my feet like going nuts for that one.
Yeah, especially like obviously, I guess all of us watched it without knowing the result, right?
Yeah.
So like you don't like obviously now we know like Jet held him off and he won, but like when you're watching it like live in that moment, you're like,
dude,
is this gonna happen?
Exactly. The anticipation.
Yeah,
that
never
was what
seen
everybody
it before.
wanted.
Yeah.
That's what the whole story has been lining up to. When have we seen Jet and Tomac go head to head?
Yeah.
And like what would
We
happen?
had it once during Supercross.
Yep.
And Eli got the better of that.
Or I guess outdoors, in outdoors.
But outdoors they didn't. Because Eli was off all last year.
Yeah, he hasn't since 2020.
He was off all the year before.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who said it?
Which is insane to be that good on your first race back.
Oh my god! His first race, he got fourth, right? He finished fourth.
First moto,
his
fourth.
first
First
moto.
moto.
And then the second moto, he comes out second with, oh my gosh, the gap to third place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What was it, 32?
Oh my gosh! It reminded me of like
who
when
got third in second moto?
Hunter.
Yeah.
Who?
Or no, it was AP. Because remember Hunter
AP
was
passed Hunter on the
yeah.
last lap of the moto.
Yeah.
And then Hunter took the overall of third.
Yeah, that's right.
But AP got third in the second moto.
Yeah.
What I was thinking of was when Eli like being outdoors and in that good of shape, and then you watched him get off the bike. That dude looked fine. Like I know he backed off quite a bit in pace on the last 2 laps or whatever, but dude got off the bike just like smiling, like not dead. And obviously like Paul is super hot, like it's warm, like you guys are working, and the pace that they carried for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And he gets
same
off.
thing with like Hayden Deegan. They showed him after he was just like laughing, like, that was fun.
But he's also like probably at his peak. Oh, he's probably, I don't know if Deegan's peaked athletically yet.
Like age-wise?
Yeah, age-wise. Like, because you get to a certain point,
and
like, you're not going to get any like bigger or more endurance or anything like that.
Well,
Like,
I would disagree with the bigger part. But.
Well, bigger as in
Tanner
muscle.
hit that peak about 10 years ago.
Yeah. But it just makes me wonder, like, Eli's this good first race back. Like, obviously this weekend's going to be insane, but like, dude, I there's just so much anticipation. Like, I want to know what's going to happen.
Well, did you hear what Eli said on Swap Moto?
No.
Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? They were asking whatever his name was, Don Maeda, was asking him like, because like usually these guys were retiring at like 30 at the max, and Eli was like, I think like 30 is the new 35.
Yeah.
And we were like, so does that mean you race until you're 35?
Dude, I would love that.
Well, and Alex Martin too, he was saying that, it might have been actually Osborne. One of them was saying that like your peak endurance is around like 31 to 34. Like you've spent all of that time just building it up.
Who said it on the broadcast? Allegedly 8-0, that's his best track, Paula, for Jet.
Yeah.
And then that's Eli's
worst
track.
Yeah,
and that's the race that we got.
Yeah.
That was a little bit that I picked up. I was like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember like a crazy.
Fire me up. Fire me up.
I think Eli has 3 wins at Paula though. I think.
Yeah, I mean, but
but also that was probably back
250s.
in. I think it was in 450s, but that was probably back in like 2017 and 18 when he was just like dominating.
Yeah.
Well, I know in 2022 as well, when he and Chase battled. Remember they beat everybody by like a minute.
Yeah. So that's what I was thinking of. I was like, I can't remember if that was Jet season. Like, it was like Jet and Chase would run off with like these 30-second gaps over the rest of the field, and then like Jet would win. Like, obviously, like was that last year or was that
2 years ago?
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So, okay, so then you're talking about like Jet.
That would have
He
been
and
three
Chase.
That would've been
years
3
ago
Okay.
when Jet was still in 250s.
Yeah, it was the final round.
Okay. Oh, Jet was in 2. Okay.
And it was hot.
Yeah, the final round. Dudes. And then then Eli came down the straight and Medium Boy was out there on the track.
Okay,
yeah, that race.
Yeah,
gotcha.
So like we've seen it from him. I mean, I don't really think there's a single bad track for Eli, honestly.
Yeah, the dude's just got that dog in him, right?
Mm-hmm. So, but one thing though, like we saw when Jet and Chase went at it in 2023. Mm-hmm. So like Chase would catch him just like Eli would caught him.
Yeah.
At Paula, and then Jet just like sprinted and held him off. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And he said a few times that season he was like, I didn't want to go any faster, but
he didn't want to.
But he didn't want to. But like he did it.
Eli did,
and so it looked oddly familiar of the season he went undefeated.
Yeah.
But I think Eli has
though,
more than Chase did.
In the press conference, they were like, someone was asking Jet like, "Hey, were you riding at your peak?" Because Jet's always talked about how he like kind of just like rides 80%, like 80% and then like picks it up when he needs to.
Yeah.
And Jet was kind of like dodging the question, which makes me think that
he was.
Oh,
that was 100. Dude, that was 100%. I if you were to rewatch that moto, I think he was riding at his peak.
Yeah. I think he was.
Yeah.
The section we just talked about with like the roller section, Jet's like sprint speed just went like if you watch his like he's twitching really fast in the corners and he's moving not as he would at 80%, like like lugging the bike. Watching him kind of like rail the outside of the corner after that was like, holy cow. Like,
yeah, I mean, you could tell both of them were like working. They weren't just like.
There's no way he was just riding.
He knew
like
that 90%. Was Tomac. I mean, he knew.
Yeah.
And that for how long was it? It was like 15 minutes where they were in the same corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eli just ate that roost.
You can't. He's got to go at his fastest, and Tomac can't let him get away. So I mean, they were wicked.
Well, did you hear too? Weege was talking about this on his post-race show, which I'm sure you watched, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't remember them saying this on the broadcast. Maybe they didn't. I just missed it. But he was saying James was telling him that a lot of these guys, they know what sections like they can't get past at.
Yeah.
And so when they're in those battles, they'll use that as like their rest point.
Yeah. Okay.
So like Jet will like not go all out through a section because like he knows like there's no way for Eli to get around me.
Yeah.
But then when he comes up to a section that has a passing zone, then he picks it back up.
Gotcha.
That's interesting.
Well, that's a good. That's
which
good
is
insight.
Incredible, dude. I mean, to think about that, like how much is going on out there, and you have the wherewithal to just like keep a dude at 2 bike lengths.
Yeah, that uphill section. So
it was gnarly.
The super steep uphill, and that section they've kind of changed this year. I think that was more like 4 years ago. Like that section they changed back to because they used to have like a table there, and like a big single. You know what I'm talking about? After the rollers, just that sweeping left,
and the off-camber
right, then that big uphill.
Yeah,
that hasn't always been like that, right? Am I wrong?
Last few years, I
think they had a little dog leg going to the left on the top of it and then coming back around.
Yeah.
Now it's just a right-hand corner.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
There's the section after that, you go downhill and then you go left and then that uphill, that was getting like really cupped out. Yeah. And I saw somebody go outside there and it was like a good bit quicker, but nobody was really like searching for speed in that area. It was like a one line. And I know they ran into some lap traffic at the end, but I want to know if that outside line was good enough for a pass. Like, because that inside line was getting really cupped. They'd have to almost stop in the corner in order to make it.
Yeah.
But man, dude, my mind just wants to know like all the what ifs.
Yeah.
It was a sick round for sure, and I feel like Paula is honestly, it's cool because it's the first round, but it's like the least fun round to watch.
Also, I hate that they took out the big booter jump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wanted to slow it down, apparently.
You know, like the big jump that like you always see Axel Hodges like throwing fat oppos on.
Yeah.
They took that jump out.
Oh, they did. I didn't even realize they did.
Yeah, they went right.
Oh.
Right, and then left again.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But
I think this season kind of reminds me the way it's set up. Everybody's hitting. Everybody's kind of healthy. It reminds me of 2014, back in that season when you had Villapoto, Stewart, Dungey, Reed.
Yeah,
like it's set up to be a good season.
Yeah, it's
for that to be round one.
And we better, dude. Every lap we get of Tomac's rev limiter, we just better Praise the Lord.
He better make it to Redbud.
Turn it
Dude,
up.
you're telling me.
You've never seen it in person.
I know, I haven't.
Holy cow, dude.
Me neither.
You haven't either.
No, he was hurt. He didn't.
Me and Hayden only got to see it one. Well, I guess you'd probably seen him in the past, but I've only
Yeah.
seen him outdoors in 2022.
I saw him in 2013 when Kenny was on the Screaming Eagle.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool on a green bike.
That wasn't like Beast Mode hadn't been fully born yet, though.
No, it had.
Yeah.
But
I
he's
was-
still ripped.
I was telling Tanner the other day, back in 2022, when we went and saw him, I got like hardly any video footage of Tomac because every time we went by, my jaw was just like on the ground. Like
had to watch.
I was
Dude.
like,
Yeah.
"Is this bike about to blow up?" Like,
Dude, like
I can't wait, dude.
the sand rollers at Redbud.
Oh.
My God.
I think that he just keeps that bike. He probably just
Clutch.
holds the throttle wide open and then just
Just
uses the
modulates
clutch
the
to get
clutch.
around the track.
Yeah.
It's like was that old Ricky videos or old who was that? Was it Stewart or Ricky? Like who blew up their clutch on their bike like every other time they went to ride because they would just leave it wide on the two-stroke
Probably
around the
James.
corners and then just like modulate the clutch and it was on like 85s or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember. It was a Suzuki, I know that. So that's making me think like
Probably
Ricky.
Tomac.
It made me think Ricky.
It could have been
could've
Tomac.
It could have been
Probably was
Tomac.
Tomac. 43.
Yeah, this is,
Back in the day.
we are getting we think Caroli as well on a Ducati for Redbud.
Oh,
Yeah, who told you
yeah.
that?
Have my sources.
Yeah, I don't think of that.
Some random YouTube video.
They did say
Tanner watched the latest Cooksey video.
wasn't that at A1
Sure didn't.
when they had the Ducati trailer there?
Yeah.
Was that A1?
Yeah.
So they did say something, and I don't know like the timeline, but they did say they were hoping to have somebody on a Ducati for a couple races this year.
Yeah, I think their timeline has
Corolla.
changed though since then. 'Cause
Okay.
They were also planning on having a team at A1 next year, and I think that's not happening now.
Okay.
Right?
That's not what I've heard.
What?
Pulp?
I'm hearing Barsha
This
too.
this is our pulp
Yeah.
informant over here. What is,
Don't blow me out like that. No, from my sources.
Massive day.
the mattress?
From my sources, guys, I have heard that Barsha to TLD
I
get
think
to Ducati,
That
and then
that
makes
seems
sense.
that
Yeah.
seems like the most like
Barsha needs to
least
change.
far-fetched.
But is that actually happening at A1?
I mean, I would think so. Yeah, I don't think Barsha would sign the deal.
I just heard Tomac wasn't going to go there
Yeah,
because
there's no way, the
the
clutch.
bike wasn't going to be ready.
Yeah,
But maybe the bike will be ready enough for Barsha
I-
to show up.
I just don't
Dude,
think
I
Eli's
don't.
gonna hop
Yeah,
on
I
a
don't
Ducati.
think he would.
How come Yamaha can't renew his contract? Like, why can't they put Eli on the
They
remainder of
got
his
to.
career?
Deegan's going to race outdoors next year.
I
so
think-
they got to pay him, and then they got to pay Cooper because he's been underpaid for the last 2 years.
I think Tomac kind of
Really?
screwed himself on that deal, which like
That blows
not
my
like
mind.
he did not like he did the wrong thing, but it was kind of like every year he's like, yeah, I might retire, I might not.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Hey,
Exactly.
wait. And like I'm sure eventually Yamaha's like, hey man, like we can't just like wait around until October
Yeah, for
when
him
you
to figure
decide
out.
if you're gonna ride or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
All right, I'm gonna go put him inside. Y'all keep
Pause.
talking.
Marshall's also pissed that Eli didn't win that second moto.
yeah.
I think that.
say
I mean,
bye to
I don't think
Marshall.
Star or honestly anybody for that matter expected Eli to be racing in 2026.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
we thought
So.
we thought his last year was gonna be like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Like-
thought he was done after the Achilles.
Dude, I remember
That
going
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember going into like a slight depression when he broke that.
Same.
When that snapped,
Oh, dude.
I was sad.
Yep.
For a couple days, I was like, man, that just
I know.
watching a legend die.
Yeah, it's like you hate to see somebody that like prolific go out like that. It's just not right for the sport.
No.
and I know it does such hard things for people because like Eli, like man, everyone's an Eli fan. 10 years ago to current.
Yeah.
like Eli's loved by everybody. Like he's not like he has not a single like evil bone in his body. Like he's
Yeah.
just a great guy, right? And so watching him get like the worst possible situation, happen to him, like he literally had the title clinched that race,
Yeah.
and then it was
Yeah,
broken,
brutal in your hometown too.
dude.
So
Unreal.
But that just
That'll make a grown man cry. That video. That
yeah,
rewatching that.
yeah.
You just see him like rolling off the track with his. Oh.
Yeah.
I
my
think that
gosh.
fuels the fire just because like
Oh, he said in some interview he was like, "Yeah, if I wouldn't have gotten injured, I would have already been retired by now."
yeah. Well, I think like also this happened to me with Stu. I was never a Stu fan until he started losing, and I feel like it's kind of like that way with Tomac as he's gotten older. Like everybody knows we only get a certain amount of races left.
Yeah,
and he's not like the dominant guy anymore, but he's still incredibly good.
Yeah,
and so like you want to like you naturally root for the guy that's older in a way. Like I don't know that Eli 5 years ago, 10 years ago was a crowd favorite. Like people were just going crazy when he made a pass,
Yeah. Yeah. I will say though, do you think like what's your gut say about Eli's potential? Like if he rides like this for the rest of the year, no injuries, how do you think he squares up with the title?
For outdoors?
Yeah.
I think he could definitely win it.
Do you think he can definitely win it? Okay.
Yeah.
I need to see him pass Jet and pull away.
Yeah, I mean,
before I can say he'll.
I think this
he could win
weekend
it
will
all.
say a lot about how it's going to go. But I think he's got the speed to win it for
Dude,
sure.
The speed is there.
He was saying in an interview that before he got injured in Supercross, this was the fastest he's ever felt in Supercross.
Shoot, dude.
He was like, he wasn't saying this exactly. Basically, what he was saying was like, just like keep getting better every year.
Oh my gosh.
Which is insane.
Eli Tomac at 40, he's the new Tom Brady.
Oh, for sure.
Of Supercross.
Tomac knows that he's got it. He's got that less pressure, and Jet hasn't faced him yet in outdoors like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's a little bit of Jet that's been like, all right,
Let's see what happens.
that dog's gonna hunt.
I'm excited for this weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, the build up from Paula, so like obviously like the pre-race jitters and all that stuff, like everyone's excited to see what happens, and I think nobody expected it to go the way it did. And so I feel like that has just elevated this weekend.
Everyone hoped that it would go the way that it did.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're also all like, well, Jet might still come out and smoke everyone.
Exactly. Like it was, you could bet on Jet and it would be an easy gamble. But at the same time, like there's a party that wants Eli to be back there. And then for him to be back there and to put a wheel up on Jet is just going to make this weekend so much more incredible.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, I can't wait.
Hangtown too.
Dude. Fire me up.
Got to get a round of applause for Eli Tomac.
Oh, I found out there's buttons on here.
Perfect.
Round of applause for Eli Tomac.
Yeah. So, anything
else?
Anything else? Did you guys see Deegan at the finish line, jumping the finish line?
Yeah.
With his little gesture.
Yeah.
Did he not get fined for that?
I don't know. Cole Davies. Did
Cole
it too.
Davies has done it. I think another rider has done it before too.
I think the Gay Suzuki rider in 2002 did it.
Jeez.
That boy.
Yeah, a little sus. But
that boy.
I don't know. I want to know who that was directed at.
Yeah.
I think the world.
I guess.
I think he just does it. I mean,
Yeah.
How about Jet's bodyguard? What was up with that?
Dude, I thought that was AI. I
thought
thought
it
that was
was too.
Photoshop. I'm like,
I didn't know that
this
was
is
legit.
I know.
Dude.
And then I saw it was a video, and I was like, oh my gosh. Like,
Dude,
this
you
is
got to be
real?
careful though. AI is getting videos. You can do AI videos
Oh, yeah.
now too.
I know,
But yeah, it was real, I think.
Okay.
So apparently he was getting threats.
Death
His
threats.
phone number got leaked.
Oh,
And he was getting
jeez.
threats from that. So I don't know if that was a Honda thing. It was
Okay.
like, we
But
need to
of
protect our
all
asset
the
type of
people,
thing.
of all
Yeah.
the people to run security, it's like I don't know, like that's the kind of security you would see like for a lot of these like streamers and stuff like that. You go on like YouTube and like those are the kind of security guards that they're running for them like in their home and stuff like that. And I'm like
Dude,
I don't know.
The comments were real good on the post.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw.
that dude probably scared a lot of people.
That's what I'm saying. Like I feel
Yeah.
like there would be less people because they're like this dude is security. Like that dude could stop the world.
Dude, he
like,
was following him around too. Like I saw a video of Jet getting a picture with some like a family and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And he
yeah.
was like not letting him go.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably also making like.
Wonder if that guy knows about Jet's recent controversy.
I know. I did think that, yeah.
That was definitely in the interview.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey man,
That dude could
Hear me
definitely
out.
right hook a semi truck.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
That guy works like
Guy was
5 nights a month, makes like $7K a
Dude,
month.
that guy, I would pay to see a fight that guy versus Lucas Myrtle.
somebody has to do this. We're putting the word out there right now. If you can get Jet security guard in a room with Myrtle, I want to see I want to see it.
Dude, I'll pay $300 for that.
I would pay a pay-per-view for that. Oh, for sure.
Speaking of that, Tanner, I know you.
What's the insight? What's the scoop?
You're getting all the research on what's going on with that. So what's the latest?
Hot take here: Myrtle has lost his mind.
I don't think that's a hot take.
I don't know
take.
who to believe because like
there's truth on both sides.
Also, I'm kind of to the point now where it's like I don't really care, and I
care.
feel like I feel like at this point,
I love
Myrtle with like dropping all these like
this
blackmail and stuff is kind of like trying to like just stay relevant.
Yeah, or what he said at the beginning has truth, and this is just he wants attention.
No,
not to necessarily like. Obviously, he's gonna like try and defame Jet and Hunter like as much as he can with stuff like this. But I think there's an element of truth to what he's saying, but I don't think the truth like outweighs what he's like been doing, I guess to say.
Yeah,
I think he's.
I heard like him explain his full story on a podcast, and it kind of made sense. But also, I'm like, if you're innocent, then just like figure it out in court, and then like. He keeps talking about how they like ruined his reputation. Just sue him for defamation. There's probably enough if all of it is false, then there's enough proof to win a lawsuit in that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
not a
don't
single
be
lawsuit.
Yeah, don't be coming out here and like
that's true.
Like dropping
that's good.
All this like
slander.
Yeah.
Or like
we would have
cancel
blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Yes.
I wonder if he's happy with how the video reaction went.
Oh my gosh.
The comments weren't great.
Episode 1 or whatever he called
Episode
it.
Episode 2's coming.
Geez.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I think you're.
I mean, he did get Jet to publicly apologize in the press conference.
Well, I mean, obviously Jet said that, but like he's how old was he? 18, 16, 17?
Yeah. 16.
Like he's a stupid kid. Like I would be hard pressed if like anybody watching this has not said something stupid like that.
I mean,
obviously
I heard Tanner say it last week.
No, I did not.
The timing, the timing for it's impeccable. Like, why did this not come out sooner?
Oh, it was planned. He's had that as ammo probably for a while.
Myrtle is guilty, boys.
That's what I'm saying.
He is guilty.
But I think Connor hit the nail on the head with like he's just trying to stay relevant.
I think
if you're innocent, then just like figure it out in court.
That makes way more sense.
Don't be like trying to like cancel the guy. Like I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't affect his moto though.
It didn't.
No. Shimoda dropped him.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Where'd you hear that?
Sources.
You and your sources. Just because Pulp says this stuff doesn't make it a source.
I don't know. I don't even know what
I do
Pulp
think
is.
Steve is well informed.
Oh,
I think
Pulp
he's
is
also an a-hole
and opinionated.
Yes, both can
and
be
he
true.
voted for Joe Biden or Kamala or whoever.
Both can be true at the same time.
Yeah, I don't have anything against Mathis. I just enjoy the commentary.
Yeah, it's not like I love Mathis. I just love Moto.
Yeah.
Dude, you about had a heart attack when we saw him at Birmingham Supercross.
No, I didn't.
You were like, oh my gosh, it's Steve Mathis.
I didn't say a word.
False.
Did I want to say hi?
False.
But
Your
I know he
pants
doesn't
were
like
moving.
Or were you looking at
Your
my pants?
toes were wiggling.
I had closed-toe shoes on.
Dude, them things were sticking out.
Can the cameras? Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, the cameras
Got
unfortunately.
those sock dogs.
So the inside joke here is that my fiance, we were on, on the way
sometimes
to
I forget
Riders.
that like
This is
there's
on the way to
other
Redbud.
There's other people
Yeah.
listening. It's not just us four having a conversation.
Were we on the way to Redbud?
Yeah, we were
Like
on the way to
7
Redbud.
a.m.
Yeah.
I got a text from my fiance, and she was like, I don't know. I sent it. I gave it to Hayden. All right, it was Hayden.
I was driving. You gave it to Connor.
I've never
Oh,
heard.
so I was
No,
driving.
you
We were
were
going somewhere
driving.
else.
Then did you give
I
it
think
to
he
me?
gave it to you.
Yeah, so
okay,
you were sitting in
okay.
the front seat, and I gave
never
it to you,
heard
and I
this.
was like, say this back, blah blah blah, and you
Yeah.
say, "Will you send me a picture of your toes?" And she was like, "What? That's insane."
Yeah.
And then she called me, and I didn't know any of this was going on, but that's the inside joke there.
Black
I don't
girl.
actually like toes.
That's debatable.
It's been a running joke for about a year and a half at this point.
Honestly, and it hasn't lost any steam.
No, I love it. It's great.
No, it's not going away anytime soon.
Oh yeah,
We know you love it.
the toe jokes.
But I secretly hate feet. Not
Yeah.
secretly, but yeah.
So
Anyway,
Shimoda drops.
so
Myrtle.
Shimoda, according to my sources, like he didn't love the social media stuff clearly, but he was also like he got interviewed, or he got
Dude, I
He
think
got
it had to have
subpoenaed to
been
be interviewed or
it had to have
something.
been weird under that Honda tent.
Yeah.
with the two
Yeah, I
guys
think
that
that's
like
another-
God.
the two
Yeah.
guys that started this whole deal.
Yeah,
And then right beside them is Joe, who's still
Yeah.
signed to them.
I think that's another part of it.
Yeah.
Do you think
Get out while you can.
Do you think Jet or Hunter and like Shimoda had conversations about this?
I'm
And
sure.
Do you think they're pretty open about it?
One thing I noticed was in the This Is Lawrence video that dropped, Joe was like all over it, which he hadn't really been in it.
Oh,
And
really?
I was like, oh, I kind of thought
Makes
they
sense.
didn't like Joe because he was like still teamed up with Myrtle.
So according to my sources, Joe
Now he's back.
like he has an idea of where he would want to go, and he didn't sound like it would be Honda.
Interesting.
I already heard he was
So-
out of Honda.
Really? Oh, he has a deal. He has an offer
From Honda?
from Honda, but I think it's maybe less than what he's.
I heard he
making.
might go back to Kawi.
Yeah, could be.
That'd be cool.
So
I will say he looked like a completely different person at Paula. He was fast.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
usually like a second half guy, but
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
he's figured it out already, then
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good.
exactly. He's usually like second half season. I was thinking second half moto, but yeah.
second half of the
Yeah,
season.
yeah. He had some crazy speed, and like I feel like he did put a good bit of pressure on Deegan.
Yeah.
Like he was there.
Yeah.
He was there, like poking a wheel, and he was competitive.
yeah, Connor was calling for him to lose his ride about 3 months ago.
I was? Maybe. I don't remember that.
He surprised me.
Sounds
though.
like
Said,
some-
I feel like
Was that your
maybe he-
sources
Sounds
that told you that too?
I mean, that sounds like something I could have said. I
Yeah,
don't know.
something you definitely said.
I've had he's like, I could have had a couple of beers in me
I
at the time.
was like, hey, I could probably ride that bike like that.
You said you're like, I feel like he's a club guy, and I was like, no, he won A1.
Well,
Yeah, and he also rode pretty well with a broken hand.
yeah,
Yeah. That was a freak accident.
yeah.
That was not freak accident. That was intentional.
no.
Yeah.
Who do we think's going to stop the Deegan train? Because we know that there's no mental blocks for that kid. Besides backing
Some
it up.
super hot chick is the only thing that's going to stop the Deegan train.
Agreed.
That's
That's
good
good.
point.
Tinder is gonna stop.
He's gonna get banned.
You can only buy a Lamborghini and Balenciaga stuff so much before a woman enters the chat.
Yeah. Oh, there's women. Hey, ladies, they're in the chat.
Dude.
Yeah.
That is the most true statement I've heard all night.
Yeah.
Deegan's
Facts.
It's
Hey,
the
Brian has
it's
We gotta
the,
clap
the
for
Hansen
that.
experiment.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Deegan's gonna end up on a TV show.
Yeah.
just for the sake
Beverly
of Moto,
Hills.
for the-
Deegan's World.
For the sake of Moto,
Deegan's World.
I hope he doesn't get a girlfriend because I would love to see what that kid can do on a dirt bike. You know, I would love to see what he can do on a 450. I want him to be clear mind on a 450. I want to know what he can do. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't care. Like obviously he's going up to 450s next year, but like what's he gonna do on a 450? I mean, like we're getting way too ahead of ourselves to talk about like Deegan and Jet, but like what can he do? Is he going to be a top 5? Is he going to be? I think he could be a top 5. But
What I'm excited for, I know Tanner hates Hayden, but
Hate's a strong word, but yeah.
hey, I'm right here. dude.
here's the thing. So right now, we love watching the Tomac Jet for many reasons, but one of the reasons I love watching them is they're extremely different riding styles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when Tomac moves out, Hayden's at least going to replace that of the
yeah.
like ride
Rev.
wide open.
Yeah, that's true. That's really true.
So I'm excited for that.
That'll
I
be
think
cool.
that 450 will bite him at some point. I mean,
Probably.
It's bitten
Yeah.
Tomac plenty of times.
Yeah.
There's only a few people in the world that can ride a YZ 450.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think
Yeah.
Hayden's small
120%.
too,
Dude,
I mean,
yeah,
Hayden's
yeah.
like, I don't
He's
even know
really-
if he's 5'10", but
He's
got
5'8" according to his criminal record.
He's also tall.
You know what's funny is
You know who else is
he's 5'8", and JT still comes up to about here.
I was gonna say
Speaking
JT
of
in the ruts.
Okay, so on Saturday, me and Tanner were watching the race, and they pull up JT like looking like a goofball on the screen.
Oh,
And we're
no.
both crying, laughing. And then
put him on the
Zach sends
biggest-
us a picture of the same thing we were laughing about.
Oh my god, they did him dirty.
JT's on the biggest mound of dirt.
Did you see?
Paula.
I didn't see this.
Here, can you hand me my phone?
Gotta pull this up.
I took a screenshot of this. I forgot to send it to y'all.
You gotta
my
use the
gosh.
laughing things.
That's more of like a congratulations laugh. This is a we're laughing at you laugh.
So good.
So did y'all see the dang, I don't have a picture of the
Go to our
thumbnail.
chat.
It was the post race where JT was standing in the rut.
Oh yeah,
doing his
yeah.
post race thing.
Yeah,
Do you think they're milking that?
Here's all the comments.
Oh, geez.
Ruts only look deep because JT is only 3 feet tall. Objects in ruts smaller than they appear. Stand a normal sized dude in the rut. LMFAO ain't so bad then. Put a normal size announcer in the rut for actual comparison.
There we go.
Yeah, show that to the camera.
Shadow.
It's like when 65 riders walk the track. Walk the track.
It's probably out of focus because I've got it on manual focus. But
They've seen it.
I was cracking up at. There was one where he was in like it was during the broadcast. He was me. I think it was the one that you sent us. We were cracking up about. He was just like in like a straightaway, and it was like a drone shot.
Oh no!
And he was like this big.
My gosh.
But you know what's crazy?
You can
is
still see his nipples though.
Yeah.
JT has good insight.
Dude, he does. No, he
I
does.
think he should
Insight.
be more on the talking side than some other people that are on some broadcasts.
Oh, who? Who?
Oh,
We
what are the
all
other
know who you're
people?
talking about,
certain individual.
dude.
Some people that can't
Here's
can't
the
call a race.
Here's the thing though. We're in outdoors,
I'm
and
gonna-
now
That
we
is
have
true.
we have the
Yes.
best
Yes.
broadcast
Go.
crew
Yes.
on the planet.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dude. Oh my gosh.
Bubba and Weege is the ultimate combo.
That is
Best.
so much truth.
I should have clarified that before I said that.
Yeah.
Weege and Stu. I mean,
Oh
that's
my gosh. So good.
10 years ago we didn't even know where Stu was. Now he's broadcasting
Yeah.
the moto.
So
Like,
so that yeah. So I love Stu back in the box, and like I have such a
Yes.
greater appreciation for him because like he did a couple rounds of Supercross, and it's like the dude offers such great insight.
Dude, I was telling Tanner, like, some team needs to hire him. In Moto 1, he was like, yeah, it looks like Eli's rebound is, like, a little bit too stiff.
yeah, that was
We're
some-
like, how can he figure that out so quickly? Like,
yeah.
but, like, obviously, like, he...
Fastest man on the
But
planet.
that'd be good for like team info, dude.
Yeah.
Like who they don't have a Bubba Stewart that's on their
I
like
think
suspension.
they do. What my buddy Jake, he's the suspension guy for Star.
I mean,
And,
yeah.
like he's surely he can look at a bike and be like, oh, that's all he does.
Yeah.
Looks at a bike and goes like, all right,
Is that your
rebounds.
Anyone else?
One of them.
Anyone else look at the bikes, like and look at the suspension travel and go like, oh my gosh, dude, that suspension is soft. Like compared
Not
to
as soft as
Supercross.
mine.
Okay. You drink that?
I spilled a little bit.
Softness.
It's alcohol abuse.
Oh my gosh.
You need another one? You've been
Um,
kind of nursing that thing.
It's been empty for a minute, so
Tanner?
the fridge is kind of far.
What?
Tanner's got the white claws
You
covered.
would like another beer?
Bear me that disc.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What do we think about 250s? Some people had some good rides,
Yeah, there's a lot
including
of good
Garrett Marchbanks.
Yeah.
he had the fastest lap several times.
He was
in that
ripping.
moto. Every
Yeah.
time someone would say something about the fastest lap, it was usually Garrett.
Yeah.
Which, if you look on TV and you watch someone like Deegan ride, and then you watch someone like Garrett ride, you're picking Deegan just because he's all over the place, wide open, just flamboyant on that bike. But then
Flamboyant.
yeah, I mean, he's colorful on that bike. But you watch somebody like Garrett, and he's turning the fastest lap in the moto, and you don't
Yeah.
expect it. He's freaking what 6'1", 180 probably or 170.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
big
Well,
dude.
me
What's he
and
doing?
I was-
Is he calling in?
He might. We should get him on here. I
Get
think
him on
he-
FaceTime.
He might answer. But he had a great ride,
Yeah, he did.
He did.
He looked good.
and he was
I'd
coming.
love to talk
was-
about him.
he
I'd
was-
love to talk about it with him.
Yeah.
Was he the fastest PC guy?
Yeah,
Because I know in
yeah.
one moto, it was
he was.
PC was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
yeah.
Yeah.
Each moto he had to come from
behind.
behind, like 15th place, 16th place start, and there he was,
He did.
5th and
He's ripping.
6th,
He's ripping outside.
or 6th and 5th, I think.
Well, get him on here. Let's talk to him.
Yeah,
We'll take a break and try to get him on here.
No, we don't take breaks.
FaceTime.
breaks.
This is
Unless Tanner pulls a jet and we got to cut some.
why me.
badly sus.
I'm pretty sure it'd be the
Hey,
goose.
Well,
hey.
we should probably just call him,
Yeah, just
right?
call him. Yeah,
not FaceTime,
Yeah, don't
because
FaceTime.
I ain't got good.
or yeah, just
Yeah,
call
don't-
him.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah, just call him.
FaceTime audio. Or yeah.
Just put the phone up to the mic so we can all hear him.
He knows it's coming, so see if he answers.
It's like a freight train.
Like a freight train.
It's Cole Davies.
Yo,
What's up, dude?
just making some dinner.
Making some dinner.
You're live. You're live, Garrett.
Have you got time for 10-minute podcast? Talk about the weekend. You want me to call you back?
So, yeah. When
We just want some
who's all
insight.
doing it?
We got the D-Class Moto podcast. My buddy Connor, Tanner, and this other guy, Hayden. So we're talking round one. You can fix your dinner or whatever. Just holler back.
Yeah, I mean, I just start prepping it, and yeah, we just talk. That's fine.
Well,
Yeah,
we're live.
we're pretty extremely chill podcast, so it's not like we're having like an official conversation or anything. But
Yeah.
we just wanted to say what up and congrats on a good first round. Looked like you were ripping out there.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you.
For sure, dude. You were the fastest Kawi out there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching. I forgot if it was Moto 1 or Moto 2, but it was like Kawi was like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I guess you were like at the front of that pack. So
Yeah, that was Moto 1. Yeah, it was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, however the heck it went. Yeah, I think all 5 of us were up there.
yeah, is that crazy having 5 of y'all in the pits?
Yeah, it's pretty
Healthy.
It's pretty gnarly, like to have it like that. I don't think I've ever been under a team with 5 guys.
Yeah, it looked like. I mean, great for Kawi. I mean, it's probably been a while since they've had 5 guys all at once, but it's awesome that everyone's all healthy and stuff. So
Yeah, no, it's sick. Yeah, for me it was kind of cool. Like I didn't really know how I was gonna go into outdoors, so for me, like to do that well for round 1, I was pretty pumped with it.
yeah, that's awesome.
Is he healed? Garrett, are you healed already?
My speakerphone is crappy.
Are you pretty well healed at this point?
Yes, sorry, I didn't hear you.
No,
I'm not
you're
sure if you're talking to me or. Yeah, at this point, yeah, I'm pretty good. All healed up. I've been pretty injury free for the last probably 2 months now. So
Nice.
I've been pretty good.
So you had good. Yeah, you had good prep.
Yeah, no, outdoor prep was good. Yeah, when did we start it? I think it was after Seattle.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's
I
early.
think it was.
Yeah.
We had a pretty good break for the West Coast, so we did a couple weeks in outdoors, and yeah, heck, we hammered down pretty good with it.
Nice. How does the bike compare? So you've done. Did you do one season of outdoors when you were a rookie for PC? Right.
Yeah. So I raced like So I raced like 4 rounds, got hurt, and then yeah, how the heck did that happen? Yeah, I think I raced like 2 or 3, got hurt, missed a round, came back, and then the round I came back for, I broke my ankle. So I missed like most of my rookie season of outdoors. And then same thing in year 2 of outdoors with Kawi. In 2019, I raced like half of them and was out.
Okay.
The other half for injury.
Gotcha. How do you feel compared to then? Like, I mean, you were pretty young, but like with a second chance, you know, like, do you feel, I guess, more like mentally more mature when you go into the rounds now?
Yeah.
You know?
Back then it was more, I remember, heck, my rookie year I was 16, so I was more just kind of going for it my rookie year.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I was more just relying off speed. I wasn't really relying off of like any endurance or anything like that. I knew I was in solid shape, but nothing compared to like, you know, the top 7 guys that were racing that class for already a long time. And then, I would say my endurance side of things wasn't really good until the last 2 years. And then just this year, it felt really good. This is the first time I've like been racing the 250 class competitively for a full season since 2021. So I felt really good. Endurance felt good going into it. I just feel like the mindset now, like, I don't know, like back then, even as a rookie and like all the other years, I've just been so worried about like how well I have to do, or like I have to be a certain guy to like consider myself good.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I just went in the outdoors, like especially this weekend, was like I don't really care how I do. I'm just gonna go out there and do the best I can, and yeah, that's about it. Just put like no pressure on yourself, because the more pressure you put on yourself, but sometimes the worse you ride. So that was kind of all I did, and had some good, somewhat okay starts, and rode solid. That was my best outdoor rides I've had, so it was good.
Yeah, dude, it was good. Do you hate the track as much as everyone else seems to hate Paula?
No, I actually didn't mind it. Like the track, I mean, hell, I ride the track. I ride there so much just living out here now. But honestly, the track wasn't that bad. But the issue was like after the halfway point of Moto 2, when the track really broke down, the issue was they watered it so much in the center of the track
Concrete.
that it broke it up into like there was one good line around the whole track. So it was like super hard to pass towards the end of it. So that was kind of the only bummer thing, was like towards the end, it wasn't like some nationals where, you know, you kind of use the whole track. You're kind of just stuck with one line and just kind of in a choo-choo train around the whole track.
Yeah. It seems like you were trying the outsides a lot. I don't remember if that was Moto 1 or Moto 2. But
both motos, I was just trying every line. I couldn't stand getting roosted. My hands and my mouth was so swollen after the race, just taking so much roost.
Dang.
That's brutal.
Golly. Get
That's
them
brutal.
hand guards on there.
Yeah.
Well, that's sick, man.
Hey, I've got an off-topic question for you. I saw a picture of you hanging out with Cameron Haynes in Supercross. What was that like?
It was super cool, honestly. Like, I was really bummed I didn't really get to hang out with him a whole lot. Like, the one time we really got to talk for a little bit was like during my autograph session. So like we weren't really able to like, you know, get into detail with hunting, but it was super cool. Dude, super cool dude down there, just a grinder. And I don't know. It was just really cool. I hope I could, you know, talk to him some more sometime, and maybe go on his podcast. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that would be sweet. So my boss is a UFC fighter, and he's buddies with Cam. He was actually, I think, his first guest on his podcast. So I've gotten to meet Cam before, and yeah, it would be sweet for. I feel like you'd be a perfect fit for his like
Totally.
lift, run, shoot series that he does. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have. I've watched them a couple times.
Yeah, so I feel like that would fit so well, because like you could do a podcast with him.
He's such a sick collab.
I mean, I'm sure you know how to shoot a bow pretty well, so you'd be a good fit for that spot. And then being in the gym, I'm sure you do that a lot. So that'd be sweet to if that was possible, set that up.
Yeah, no, it'd be a lot of fun. Heck, I need to start shooting my bow a bit more now, especially after I just got a deer tag this year for archery. So
Fire
I
me
need
up.
to start
boy.
practicing some more.
Yeah, do you get to do much hunting in the off season?
Not as much as I used to. After they added SMX, it's pretty hard to like go home and hunt, especially scout. Like, obviously it's kind of nice like for deer hunting, because my dad owns some land in a field, so it's kind of like a little easier. It's kind of like cheating on that part, but like I used to love to go elk hunting, archery, or even rifle, and just go scouting on the off season. But just with, you know, we only got basically 3 weeks of time to really hang out. And most of the time when I go home, I do a big training school for a bunch of kids back home, and I just try to fit in a bunch of time to see family. So it's kind of hard to hunt now. Last year I think I hunted like 3 days, and I was kind of over it just with the amount of time I was going to have to put into it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So where are you based out of now? Because I know you were at ClubMX for a while, and then with PC, are you in Cali now?
So I'm in Marietta down here in SoCal. It's pretty sick. I used to live out here. I lived a town over, I don't know if you've ever heard of it, Lake Elsinore.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I lived there for a bit, and so I mean, I basically grew up out here for quite a few years back in the day when I originally was with the team. So it's kind of like a second home to me right now.
I gotcha. Do you like California compared to the East Coast, or are you indifferent, or what?
Obviously, like the East Coast prices were sick. Like gas and everything was super cheap. I mean, to fill up my diesel, I mean, it's not very fun. Like, it's like $180 to fill the damn thing up. But,
Jeez. 25-gallon tank.
That's 6, 7.
Besides that, like, just the necessities, like, you know, the grocery stores, my chiropractor, doctors, airports, stuff like that. It's super simple. Everything's super close to me. Where back east, like, I had to drive like an hour and a half, 2 hours to go do anything. So I don't know, like, the East Coast was cool, but it is nice out here, and I do not miss the humidity. So that was one thing I absolutely hated in the summertime, is the humidity out there in South Carolina.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we had Levi, which I guess now your teammate, on the podcast a while ago, and when we had him on, he had recently made the move from SoCal to Florida, and he seemed like he was really enjoying Florida a lot more. But I guess it's just different for different riders, and that definitely makes sense, being
South Carolina's miserable.
because I mean PC's based out of Southern California, and I'm sure it makes it a lot easier to do a lot of that stuff.
Their state bird's a mosquito.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you have a rough weekend or whatever, like, if you need stuff done to the bike, you know, you don't have to wait a day or two for, you know, the guys to fly out or do something like that. You know, I'm 40 minutes down the road from the team shop, so I like that. It makes it a lot easier on the team and myself to get stuff done on the bike. And I don't know, like, I like California, but I mean, I lived in Florida for a little bit too. I didn't mind Florida, but I mean, if I had to choose to live anywhere for the summer, I'd probably just go back home to Utah and just, like, do my own thing out there. But California is the place to be right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, cool. Well, hey, we won't take up too much more of your time, but we appreciate you coming on and talking to us for a few minutes. We'll have to get you on for a full podcast at some point.
No, you're good. No, I appreciate it. If you guys want to keep going, I mean, I still have some time if you guys want.
Yeah, dude, it's been such a long time coming, I feel like, for you. You know, getting your rookie year and having that setback, and then coming on to a team like Club, which I feel like a lot of people forget. Garrett on a 450, your best ride was like, what, a fourth in some of those motos?
You got a second in a moto.
No kidding.
No, I got a second.
Second.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't feel like, I think that was slipped under the rug. So, I mean, that's got to give you some confidence coming in onto this factory bike in the 250 class with a little more mature head than these young guns. Like, that's got to put you in a pretty good spot mentally.
Yeah, no, it's been good. I mean, like, I don't know, the club was fun. It was cool. I mean, for me, it was like, I always knew, like, growing up, like, when I was there, I always knew I was, like, factory ride material. Like, obviously, it was good to, like, grow up and kind of, like, almost, you know, push the reset button. And, I don't know, I think for me, it wasn't like everything was, like, handed to me growing up. I worked, obviously, really hard for everything. But, like, when you go from being on the best stuff to, like, going to Club the first couple of years there, when it was, you know, it was privateer team, they had good stuff. You know, they did everything they could to give me the best stuff that they could. And then coming back to Kawi, it just makes you appreciate it that much more with the stuff that you have. And just, like, the suspension, the motor, just everything. And then, like, you know, all the people that help out on the team, like, there's just a lot of good stuff over here. And I don't know, it's super nice to be back over here. So yeah, it's sick. And it's funny because everyone, like, thinks I'm, like, the oldest guy on the team now. And it's like, I'm the same age as Levi and Masterpool and all that. Like, I'm only 23. So it's kind of funny. Like, when all the guys thought I came back, they all thought I was like 26, 27, but I'm still the same age as all of them.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's that beard.
Yeah. It's so sick just to watch you turn the fastest laps during the motos. Because there were several times when Stu was like, Marchbanks with the fastest lap. And I'm like, dude, he's one of the bigger guys out there and just man-dogging that thing. Yeah. And I think that's just so awesome to see that, you know, you had your time on Club and, you know, you put in good rides there too, podiums. And now you're back on this factory Kawi. I think we're going to see some big things this summer from you.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. Like, I'm super pumped with the bike right now. Like, we did a lot of testing during the break, and after Seattle, and we really got the bike dialed in. And I knew I was riding good during the break, but I wasn't sure how good. And then, like, the week going into Hangtown, I kind of, like, clicked in another gear. And, yeah, it was sick. And then, like, second moto is, like, when I got into, I think it was fifth, that's when I started turning the times, like, the fastest laps. And all of a sudden, there was, like, I don't know, it was, like, 4 seconds. I was back from, fourth, third, and second. And all of a sudden, 2 laps later, I caught the group, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of caught me off guard because I was
pumped.
like, I didn't think I was going that fast.
When
and
you
then when I
surprise
caught
yourself.
the group,
Yeah.
Boy was cooking.
yeah, so it was cool. Like, I always knew, like, I was good on Supercross. Like, I've always been right there at wins or top threes all the time. And outdoors, I just haven't really been healthy or on good stuff on the lights class. So it was super cool this weekend to, like, run up front, be consistent in the top 10. So hopefully just keep it going and, fix the starts a little bit so we could be up there and not waste so much energy coming from 15th.
Boy gets a start. He's dangerous.
Yeah. How have you acclimated to, I guess, riding like a factory bike? Like, what's that transition kind of been like? How have you? What are some things that are significantly different to you that have kind of surprised you, I guess?
Just coming from, like, club to here, you mean? Or
Yeah. I mean, club is pretty much a factory team, but minus maybe some, I don't know, some insider stuff. But I guess, what are some things that you've kind of noticed transitioning between club and PC?
I think more just suspension, like the A kit, that have everything in house, the motor, like, I don't know, like I know, like, club has their suspension guy, we have our suspension guy, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just like the equipment side of things is just a lot better over here. I don't know, like, just the feel of, like, the fork and the shock is just so much smoother than the other stuff I was running. And just the package, just all around, was way better over here. And that's not to put them down over there at club. It was just, I don't know. Just trying to explain it how, I just feel like you have all the tools here. And I feel like there's some things you're kind of missing over there, like, a technician or, motor guy that's there at the track all the time. Like, we have everyone almost there 24/7 at the track at Pollard or wherever we're at out here. And, if something's going wrong on a Tuesday, or you feel something on the package on starts, our guy here is immediately, like, working on a new map to, fix that. So when we go to the race, it's, it's better.
And
I don't know, just stuff like that makes a big difference. And just to have every little thing makes a big difference at the end of the day when you go to the races.
And that's just simply Kawi has access to factory, benefits. Club did their best, and I think you put in some really awesome finishes for the club bike. In my opinion, I think you put club on the map when it comes to people deciding what rides because you see people going there now that used to have factory rides, and I think you put them on the map as far as good finishes and proving that bike was capable. But now that you're back on a factory capable bike, I think that's, like you said earlier, you're not taking this for granted. You're really appreciating that suspension and these motor packages, and that's just really cool to see come back around.
Yeah, no, it's definitely nice. I mean, like, obviously, like, club compared to Star, like, when I was there, like, Star had different A kit than us. Like, we weren't able to get any of the same suspension that Star had versus us. Like, Yamaha wouldn't allow, us to have the same parts as what they had. So it was kind of hard to, like, obviously be factory over there, if that makes sense. To compete with those guys versus what we had. We were running basically almost everything we had on the bike is what you could buy. So it was kind of hard to, like, make that work compared to the, the factory Kawi guys or the Star or whatever. So when I came over here, that's when I was like, holy crap, that feels a lot better. The forks and stuff like that. Like there were certain things, like even when I did the fill-in ride for Kawi at the end, there was stuff I always knew I could do on the club bike, but I couldn't. And then when I came over here, I was able to do those certain things. And just with the suspension setup, and it was kind of wild the see him feel that.
That's really cool. What is something that I guess stands out to you with suspension? Like to put it like to explain it to somebody who doesn't necessarily know a lot about suspension. Like a lot of our viewers, they might not know like what separates the difference between like, a kit versus just off the wall parts and stuff like that. Like how would you explain the suspension as a rider to somebody who may not know much about suspension?
Oh heck, I'm not the best either. I mean, for me, like if when I compared like the stuff I was on to now, I just felt like, the generic stuff that you get that's like somewhat close to a kit, it was kind of like I was really picky with my forks, and I like to feel the front end, when you're kind of like jumping into a turn or whatever, coming into a turn that's a little like slick or whatever. Like I like to have the feel of the front end. And that was the issue I had over there, was like the front end would kind of want to like, I don't know, feel like it was going to tuck all the time.
Yeah. Okay.
Versus here. And there was just a lot more feel in the forks, and especially like when you don't have like legit A kit, like when you're hitting bumps or, a super choppy section, you'll kind of notice like, the generic forks will kind of stick. Like they're not very smooth when it's, going in and out of the stroke versus A kit. A kit's like very smooth. Like there's some sections you don't really feel like if you were to land a jump and hit like a big hole, like you'll feel it pretty rough in your hands and wrists, And when you have A kit, and if they're both set up the same, like the A kit's going to be smoother when you hit the holes, and it's not going to be as rough on your hands, and you're going to be able to feel like you're kind of floating through stuff. So you'll be able to like push through it more and carry more speed, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that makes great sense. Yeah. I'm gonna pass the mic for you.
Yeah, that's cool. I think Tanner's got a question for you.
Oh, I just had one. I feel like all you're missing is a start, right? Are you able to like run any sort of start maps? I know Honda and a lot of the 450 guys run a specific start map. Is that an option for you at PC?
Yeah, so we have tons of map stuff. I mean, heck, during the off season, going to Supercross, we tried a bunch of them. I don't know what the other guys are running. I know some of them run it, some don't. I'm one of the guys that doesn't run a start map. I feel like I know it's kind of weird, like for how big I am, I feel like for how tall I am, if I run a really aggressive map, if I don't keep my head and chest forward at all times, if my head rocks back at all, it will immediately go into a wheelie. Mm-hmm. And I really hate that with the aggressive map, because especially like with your clutch release, like if you're not precise every time with it, you're just causing the front end of the wheelie a lot. And usually, like if I don't run the start map, the bike's a little bit more mellow and it pulls a little bit. I wouldn't say it kind of pulls harder, but it's a lot smoother of a release with the clutch.
Yeah, more linear a little bit.
Yeah. So obviously we've tried stuff to help with that. Out of the hundreds of starts we did during the off season, I mean, the one I liked was no start map. And for me, I kind of like a in between, especially like with our clutches. We have like pucks that we can put into our clutches, like different feels, like, when you're releasing the clutch, there's some where, halfway through the release, it'll go or all the way out, or there's even some where it's like, like when you're doing a start, you kind of feather the clutch to find that release point. And sometimes some of the clutch, the pucks of it, when you release, it's not until you completely let go of the clutch. which a lot of guys like. For me, I hate that feeling. I like the feel where the release point's going to be at. Mm-hmm. And yeah, for me, I run kind of like the mediocre range of it. And especially with no start map, it's pretty nice. Like I basically, if my start release is good, I make sure I'm letting the clutch completely like go by the time both wheels hit the dirt, because if you nail it that way, you're getting all the power to the ground for a good start. And most of the times, if I did execute the start like that, which they can tell through data, if I released it properly, I had good starts. That was like Denver when I hole shot the heat until I crashed. I had a really good release point and got to start that way. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of one thing I've really struggled with. Like I always tend to clutch it after the gate a little bit because of just with all the film we did, was because I would rock my head back. And with how tall I am with my upper body, if I go back even just like an inch or two, the bike immediately wants to start wheeling, and then I have to clutch it.
Holy cow.
So
250.
Yeah, that's kind of one thing we really broke down to fix and help out, which obviously outdoors is a little different. Like you want to keep the head forward for the first like 5-10 feet, but as soon as you get out there, you got to start, rocking your body back to get it going because it's so deep.
Yeah. Are you a scoop tire guy? Like no matter what?
Yeah. I ran a scoop tire both motos at Paula. So, some of the guys kind of think it's wild because it's so dry and hard packed out here. But I've done that a lot of my career, so I don't really mind it.
That's cool.
Awesome. Well, dude, you're killing it. So there you go.
Well, we have one more question for you that everybody's dying to know. You've done good so far at the first round. What is the secret? What is your favorite go-to COD loadout right now, currently? Because I know you're a sweat on COD.
Dude, yeah, I play it. I don't know. I was huge in the search, and I kind of got tired of it because I was getting played against people that were level 1,000, and I was not having fun anymore, so I'm in the war zone. Oh gosh, what have I been running? I've been running the AMAX 5.56. What else? There's the other 5.56 round. I'm trying to think of the new gun, and then there's the Kilo. So I've been kind of just bouncing between those. No SMGs really on COD. I've just been running that and the sniper round in Warzone. That's all I've been playing lately.
Dude, can we get them on MX bikes?
Backstory for those listening: I've played quite a few hours with Garrett on COD, but I suck, and I have like banned it from my house. I uninstalled it, rage quit. I've re-downloaded it, but I have not joined a game up. And the Snapchat, it always says, "Hey, you guys on?" But I'm just like I can't go through that mental.
I mean, that's cool, but can we get them on MX bikes?
I'm actually on right now. I could tell you the loadout.
See, he's on right now, dude. I knew it. Oh my god! I just
turned it on. I'm sitting here in my game chair during the podcast, and I just turned it on. I was like,
dude.
I mean, my loadout one is the SWAT 5.56 with the HDR sniper.
Yep, that's dirty.
So yeah,
and one of those guys.
I've got the Kilo. Loadout 2 is the Kilo 141, which the HDR, same thing, and then loadout 3 is the CR 56 AMAX.
Yep.
So yeah,
always
gotta get it dialed. We were grinding for a bit. We got the level 100, so yeah, we put some time in this COD so far. Even though I said I hated it really bad.
I always said if you could ride like you play COD, you'd go undefeated.
Dude, what do you mean?
I can't. I literally can't. When I join up, I don't even. I think last time I played, I might have gotten 2 kills on like a team deathmatch.
You went 0-9 on search, and I had to help. Me and my girlfriend had to help you carry.
That's bad.
Search. I was bummed with you. I was like, what is Zach doing right now?
I've got it. I mean, I got it downloaded. I've been playing MX bikes here recently on the PS 5 controller.
PC.
Oh yeah, PS5.
So dude, that's going to be such a wacky thing to go back to the Xbox controller, but that's funny. Well,
I can't play. I can't play dirt bike games. They bug me. I'll play Reflex, but that's about it.
Bro,
I'll jump in there one of these days. I don't know when, but I'll jump in there.
Well, after I make dinner, you'll be getting the group chat text from me saying if anyone's on.
Oh
so.
yeah. Well, appreciate you coming on here. I know I've mentioned it to you a couple times, but we actually got the boys together out here in the Nashville boys, and we got it together. And I was like, well, I figured Garrett probably be on. He'd be down to get on one. So
It's definitely on Call of Duty.
yeah, thank you for coming on, and we're so pumped for you this season. I think we're going to see that dub come around, and the man child on the top step. Buddy.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Putting all them kids to shame.
That's the plan.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Well, enjoy your dinner. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Hey, we'll
Talk to you guys soon. See ya.
we'll all be at Redbuds. We'll come say what
Oh
up.
yeah, we're at Redbud, so it's gonna be
All right.
immaculate.
Sick. All right. I'll see you guys there.
All right, buddy. We'll see you.
All right. Bye.
G Money.
That was cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm serious. He's a sweat at COD. Like,
Really? He's that good?
yeah.
Dang.
I used to love Call of Duty. Used to.
Until
You can't. Old heads like us can't play it for fun no more because
Old heads.
You got people like this who just, instantaneous.
Yeah, gaming has become like I have some free time. I'm gonna go, spend a couple laps, and then it's like if I spend any more time on this, I'm gonna get worked up. So
Yeah.
I have to get off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man, I guess I'm just the beer guy today.
Are we good on camera time?
Don't sit next to the fridge.
Yeah, the camera. There was 2 hours on the card, and we are at 116. So
Okay.
as long as the battery's good.
Yeah.
Let me check on the battery, actually.
What else we got
Actually,
to talk about?
Tanner, since you're up, can you look at the battery? Yeah. Y'all can tell we don't edit this podcast.
Intermission.
We only edit it if Tanner pulls a jet again.
Y'all
Look
make
at the battery in the top corner. It's what? 29%? All right, we got some time
All
then.
right, cool. Yeah. Garrett's he's a good young fella.
Yeah, dude, it's a cool story, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
So
Not a-
how did you meet Garrett?
So one of my buddies was buddies with him when he was on 85s, I think. And
Because you're from North Carolina,
yeah.
but he's from Utah.
Yeah, so when he was on club, I think it was one of his first years on club, me and said buddy went down there to, I forget what we did.
race.
My buddy had like a school project he was doing, which interviewing Brennan Haas, and so he knew Garrett, so that's how he got in, I think. And then we hung out with Garrett. Won't go too much into the night, but I ended up eating a pond fish,
Oh gosh.
so
Yeah.
it was a good time.
I was going to ask him if he had any good Zach stories.
I put the Canadian motocross champion to shame of a few things.
Phil Nicoletti?
No,
No.
the guy on the Honda.
Oh, Fasciotti? No.
I forget his name, but he's on the factory Honda Canada. So
Cole Thompson.
Dylan Wright.
Dylan Wright.
Yeah.
Yep, I couldn't think of his name. Dylan Wright. Yeah. He might be fast on a dirt bike, but he's not faster than me at shotgunning.
Probably shouldn't tell those stories.
Yeah.
Hey,
But no, it's a cool story. Like, not that many dudes lose a factory ride and then get called back by one the same
What's
team,
crazy-
but to a factory ride in general.
what's crazy is like
Master
I
Pole,
feel
but-
like I don't think he lost his ride. I think at the time PC was Star Yamaha basically. I mean, you had Jeremy Martin. When did that was in the time when Jerry Martin was starting to win a lot, I think.
He was on Geico.
Was it?
So it was after, but
Yeah,
a little bit.
But PC they weren't known for injury, and they weren't all this just like stuff going on.
Yeah.
Now I think PC's up there with like, okay, you're seeing them pull starts on the Star Yamaha. They're getting their crap together.
Yeah.
But I think that's good for anybody. A rookie that, not get a dose of reality, but just this adversity gets thrown at you, and then to go out and get a second on the privateer package and then get that chance again, and he's running with it. I mean, he's definitely proven himself.
And dude, he should be there. Like Garrett's
100%.
a stud.
A lot of
Dude,
people forget how many wins he's got.
I forgot to ask him about.
How many wins is
I was
the
talking
Red-
to one of y'all about this, but Garrett threw the whoops
Oh yeah.
it looks like he's going over like a rumble strip.
Yeah, dude.
It's just like,
He's a menace. on
and
the
like
wheels.
I'm sure like his height like helps with that. But like a lot of these guys, they're like really working to get through the whoops, and
Wait, how'd
for
that
him
go
it's
again?
just
It looks effortless.
for him it's just like
Yeah.
and like I'm sure he's working hard,
Oh,
but like he just makes it look so like just like it's a little like
Benny
speed bump.
Blossom.
He's got them
250.
muscles, dude. I'm telling you, he's built. That dude's stout.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I
Yeah,
think
so
it's super cool. Just
it is
to
cool.
See him be a menace on that bike. You know.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does this year. Honestly, to be honest, I know probably the least about Garrett out of everyone here, just because like I don't know him that well, but I have like just from the last year and a half, like he's been killing it.
Yeah, dude, what happened to Levi?
Oh,
Like we're not going to talk crap on Levi because like D-class alum, but like I don't know if he was just like not ready to come back from injury or what, but like
yeah,
he wasn't looking like Levi on
I
Saturday.
know. His speed was not there.
Yeah. That and J Mart was racing. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, somebody else was on.
Well,
on the
J Mart
number
makes
6
sense
out there.
because he hasn't ridden in a year and a half.
J
but
Mart's ghost was on the number 6 out there. It's
Yeah.
not J Mart.
J Mart's still riding out there trying to finish up his show.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was
That was unfortunate.
that was subpar.
I feel
than
like
what I expected,
Levi
but-
though. I feel like last year he had a couple motos where he just like was way off, right?
I think that's Levi's.
Which like
deal.
hopefully that's just the case this
Yeah.
weekend, and like
Yeah.
next weekend he'll be right up in there.
especially outdoors. Like last year, he had, like you said, a few races where he went like I don't know 7-10 or something, and you're like, he's way better than that.
Yeah,
But that's the problem
Yeah,
if you're trying to win a title, you know.
consistency,
well, hopefully he's up there soon because
man.
Levi's the man.
Yeah, but so Connor and I had a bet last year for outdoors that Jet would go undefeated again.
I bet that he wouldn't. Tanner bet that he did.
Yeah,
And we were sitting in Tanner's old apartment watching the race.
on Hangtown.
Hangtown, Jet goes down, and I go,
Gosh.
give me my $10.
Yep.
Very depressing moment, but this year our bet is that Prado will get 4th or better in the title or in the championship.
I don't think so.
And,
I'm betting that he won't.
I don't think so either. I don't think he's that.
No.
I don't think he's that.
But he came from that B league.
Yeah.
That boy.
That B league. I will say, mad respect to him, what he's done, before this, but I think there's the fact that how far back was he?
America's different.
He
He
went
finished
like
like
5-6.
No, it was like 6-7, I think.
Oh,
I think it was 7th.
I think he finished
he
6th
got
overall.
6th overall.
Yeah. But how many seconds was he behind?
Yeah.
A lot because third place was 30 seconds behind.
Yeah.
And and that's what I'm saying. Like to bridge that gap to 4th, he's gonna need some.
He's got to
gonna need
beat
some pickup.
AP and
I think AP would be.
Justin Cooper.
I was
he can beat
telling
AP.
Tanner, I think this year it's going to be Jet, Eli, Chase. Who knows what order those three are, and then it's going to be J Coop, and who else did I say? AP.
Dude,
and
I
Hunter.
don't even
J Coop, AP,
Hunter.
and Hunter.
Yep.
I think 2 of the 3 of those will be in the top 5.
And Cooper Webb.
I don't
No.
think Chase is the mental. He's already cracked. I think
Chase will
he's cooked.
still top 3 though.
Chase is cooked.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to top 3.
Chase
dude.
is cooked.
Yes.
I
You
think
think
after
he's-
losing to Coop in
I
Supercross,
think
he's
Aaron
mentally even more
Plessinger.
hurt.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think Aaron Plessinger is going to
No, dude.
be
Chase
the
Chase
number one
has-
guy.
Chase has the speed.
Yeah.
He
Is it?
won.
Yeah.
He won the motocross title last year.
Oh wait, is that why he's
Different
number
season.
1 on his bike?
Different
Yeah.
season.
Oh.
Yeah.
You see, it's just history repeating itself. He knows he's getting a different ride next year.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely part of
And
it.
the online pressure is crazy for Chase.
I think he's
Well,
still
he's-
top 3 though.
He's 50 points down.
I don't know, man.
So,
I don't know.
He's still, even if that pressure gets him and he makes mistakes, he's going to make a mistake, but he's still going to be 30 seconds ahead of third place when he makes that mistake.
I mean, I
Well,
hope
no,
he does.
there's-
I hope he does good because I like Chase.
the
He's a
pressure is
great
gone.
rider.
There's no pressure.
Are you kidding me? there's no pressure.
Him tucking the front relays all those comments online.
There's no pressure. He is 50 points down, and that's where Chase thrives.
That is kind of true.
Trying to defend a championship, though. He no longer has the red plate, for one. And
His
he's got the
mistakes
number
already
one.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
His mistakes is
So
already over.
he'll be back, but he's not making up 50 points on Jet Lawrence
No, he's not gonna be
Or Eli.
or Eli.
He's not gonna be in title contention with either of those two.
I think he'll be a top 3 every weekend, though.
Yeah.
he's just
Well,
slowly.
Jorge's and
Guess we'll see on Saturday.
that was
I
an
don't know.
easy bet for me. Tanner kept saying he was like, we would need to make another $10 bet. I was like, I bet you Jet won't go undefeated again. He was like, no, we're not doing that bet.
I
And
still
then he
feel good
presented
about
me
my
with
bet.
this free $10, and I was like, yeah, I'll take that.
No,
I'll tell you what.
I still feel fine.
Who do we think's going to win
I don't
250 title and 450
Hayden.
title?
Deegan for sure.
You think Deegan?
Deegan's going to win both.
Did we forget Chance Hymas showed some glitter on that first moto?
and
Yeah.
qualifying.
Yeah.
he was quick in qualifying.
I think-
Dude, did
I
y'all
don't-
see in qualifying
Yes.
when Hayden
Yes.
was up on the podium?
Yes.
And
Hymas, the last lap.
Hymas ripped a second and a
Stood
half
on
faster than him.
Yeah.
And then Hayden was like, oh. And then he
Yeah.
started up his bike and left the podium. I was cracking up.
Stood
at
on that.
I
Oh,
love
yeah. That I think little things like that's going to build his confidence because, dude, everybody on that 250 gate wants to beat Hayden.
Oh yeah,
And I don't think Hayden.
I don't think he cares though.
But I don't think Hayden's got that like runaway speed like Hunter Lawrence does. Like the lead was not 30 seconds, so all it takes is a bit of confidence. It's just like any other rider. You give them a bit of a confidence boost, like a guy like Chance Hymas. I think he puts in some pretty phenomenal rides this summer against Hayden. Deegan.
I think Hayden's deal is like he's not always going to pull the whole shot.
yeah,
I disagree.
Enough.
Oh.
That's the I disagree drop.
that's the man got jokes is what. Yeah,
I thought
Yeah.
that was like you're like
that's a punchline.
yeah. I thought that was
It's a
punchline.
joke.
he's
Well,
calling
there's
me
only
joking.
4 buttons on this thing. I don't have many options.
What else do we got?
Hopefully, this doesn't get us demonetized. It's a copyright-free song.
That's got to be copyright free.
I like that one. That's a good
A
one.
little short.
That's a good punchline.
Welcome to Seinfeld.
Yeah.
There goes our
Welcome to
copyright.
the Cosby Show.
Okay,
The Cosby Show. Tanner is into that kind of stuff.
he is toe guy.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of people that can win the 250.
Deegan's. I
Class.
feel like Deegan's thing is like he might not get the start, but that dude is going to hunt you down.
Yeah, he will. He
And-
will. He will wreck,
Yeah.
or he will pass you.
Yep. 100%.
He will die,
Or he will wreck and then pass you. He did that plenty of times in Supercross.
That is true. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
that's true. He's I think he's just really focused.
He's a dog.
Okay, one thing I do want to talk about Deegan. What is everyone's opinion on his pass on Davies? That like got.
I think it
him-
was fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I know that
It was fine.
everyone hates to see a championship like ended like that. I mean,
Dude, it was for $500,000.
that's what I'm saying.
I would have punted
yeah.
Tanner to the moon for $500,000.
Just go watch Osborne take out Savachi.
That's
Yeah.
that was what I was literally about to line up because
And it's not like Hayden, when he made that pass, was like, I'm going to punt him down to 5th place with this pass.
yeah,
That was
Also,
a soft pass.
I think that was part of it, though.
I think also Cole kind of put himself in the
Yeah.
worst
Yes.
spot possible.
the outside rut, he had nowhere
Yeah.
to go, and he literally got stuck on the back.
He didn't even get
berm.
hit that hard. He just
No.
got like tapped, and he was like,
Yeah,
Savachi
got all
took
balls.
the outside because he was a whole whoop section in front of the guy.
Yeah.
Osborne just wicked it and sent it.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
Annihilated him.
Yeah. I mean,
Davies knew he was right behind him, and he gave the inside.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah,
when
I
you
don't know.
watch the end of the race,
Live and
Davies is just like upset. He like owns all of that there.
Yeah,
Like he wasn't throwing any like gestures or pissed at Deegan. He owned all of that, and like everyone came up to him and like everyone had something to say to him, like words of encouragement and stuff like that. That kid is gonna be, he's gonna be just fine.
Yep.
for a championship, I don't.
Yeah. What would you? Well, I mean, like
I don't even think Savachi was mad at because he would do the same thing.
yeah,
if I remember correctly.
that was-
I
that was
bet you Savachi was pissed.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, but
at the moment.
I don't think.
How
that,
do you think
much.
how do you think Hampshire felt after like laying the freaking bike over and into like
Yeah, he didn't feel good. He went and
Did he apologize?
He apologized to Mitch.
Did he immediately? Oh, he apologized to Mitch and not.
Hey, that's class right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Class act.
And he was
I mean, I
like,
don't know
man,
what
I
else
got to
you
get
do."
out of this class before Hammaker punts me in motocross.
Yeah.
Did he not
Yeah.
say something to Hammaker?
I'm sure he did. I mean, I don't know,
I
maybe.
didn't. Yeah.
They're all
Did you see that video of after the race, two Jews, as Matt Burkeen calls them? Juju
Shout out Matt
Bomer.
Burkeen.
Juju Bomer.
Hammaker was like sitting there, like, you know, on the, like, in between a
The rhythm section.
double rhythm section or whatever. And Juju went up to give him a fist
Yeah.
bump, and he just goes,
Yep, nothing. Rightfully so.
I didn't even see that.
yeah. And then Juju
Hey.
tries to still fist bump him anyway.
Hamburger's got to, I don't know him, but he's got to be mad at you to not give you thumbs up because he seems like the nicest dude
Yeah.
on this planet.
Yeah.
Also, like that man, I was rooting for him big time. I'm not gonna lie.
So was
like I was screaming at my phone.
You're rooting for Hammaker?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not want Tom Vial to win
Well, why, Connor? Tell us why.
because he's basically the enemy in Talladega Nights, the John Gerard guy.
You're absolutely
That
right.
is Tom Vial.
Hold on,
And he's starting to get long winded. He's about to turn into Marvin on the podium.
Oh, man.
gosh.
Someone
correlation
needs
here.
to
R.I.P. Marvin.
needs to limit his English lessons.
It's crazy.
Connor hates Marvin,
No, I like
Tom
Marvin.
Vial,
You sound like his podium interviews.
and
Yeah,
he
I'm just
also
like, hey, man,
hates
wrap it
Dylan
up.
Ferrandis.
I don't hate Dylan Ferrandis.
There's a common denominator.
There's a common denominator.
Hey,
I mean, French
all I
people
gotta
are
say
not
is,
my favorite.
We won.
Yeah.
We won.
Do we do a little Redbud preview?
Like what?
I mean, it's going to be lit.
Tanner's not
What
riding
respect-
so that he can drink beer instead.
If we get
That is
50,
not why.
50 comments, Tanner
Literally said,
race the night race.
Me and Hayden are bringing our bikes up for the night race, and Tanner was like, no, I want to get hammered instead.
Hold on. First off, that is not. No, that was part of the conversation.
exactly
but
what you
the
told me.
reason I'm not riding is
So
not
humble
because I
of you.
wanted to get hammered.
It's because he got last.
Yeah, because he's standing
because-
up,
Or
resting.
still,
yeah, it's because it's
letting
not worth
80
it.
people pass him.
Remember last
Ride
year?
C-class then, my fool.
Remember last year when Tanner got last and we made him go up to the window to ask for his trophy?
Wait,
And the lady was like,
what class
"No,
did you?
no,
what
did I get a
class did you
trophy?
sign up for?
Plus 25, dude.
That's so humble of you.
Oh my God.
Right? Well,
But plus 25 guys are fast.
There were only
Mike
7
Brown-
guys.
I was fast the first lap.
Mike
Well-
Brown is in 25
My
plus.
nuts are fast first lap. They don't call you a 2-pump chump for nothing.
So Tanner,
Which button is it?
I mean, we've talked about this before, how terrible he did. And but the top 5 people got the
Top 5 guys what?
top 5 guys got like some sort of like trophy or plaque or something.
Oh, yeah.
Which I almost got top 5 in my race. I think we already talked about this, but I was passing the guy for 5th and I went down. This year I'm coming for blood.
Dude, I'm coming for both of y'all. I'm telling you what. You guys think you're ready for Redbud. You haven't seen Hayden
Well,
yet.
Tanner's not racing, so you're just coming from.
Are we doing the? Are we gonna
I
do
guess.
the pro track?
I'm down.
Well,
I mean, we
hold on.
might as
That
well
was
bring
gotta-
the bikes up there.
That was my problem last year at Redbud. Was
Wait,
the
hold on.
night
Let me
track.
finish my story first. So there were only 7 people in Tanner's class, and we were like, "Hey, the top 5 get awards." So we were like, "Hey, you should go up and ask the window if you get a trophy." And so we made Tanner go up there, but he was like, no.
Everybody gets a trophy around here.
You don't get no participation award to your son.
So I made my
Yeah,
own.
boy, walk it back to the pit.
Yeah, so then
Go
Tanner,
tell your daddy what you just did.
then Tanner just blew up a porta potty instead.
Dude, that was hilarious.
That was not me.
Shout out again to the guy who let us rent.
Dude, honestly.
Camper. That guy's a legend.
We told that story, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
We're
that
gonna-
story still gives me the chills.
I know.
Yeah. What a champ.
But so the thing
He's
that
not renting
keeps
to us this year.
replaying into my head that I don't need to ride this year is one I haven't ridden this year. But 2, Connor and I were sitting on the starting gate for our practice for the night race. And like on paper that track looks pretty simple and easy. Like if you look at that triple on the other side,
Yeah.
looks fine, no big deal. Yeah, but like the practice before us, there was a kicker on the left side of the face of the triple.
Oh yeah.
And
Your suspension.
5 or 6 dudes endoed their brains out.
Yeah.
In
Yeah,
front
and
of
then
us
I
on
was just
that
like, all right,
road.
well, I guess I'm not hitting the triple.
Yeah, same. And I was like, what? I don't know what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
Well, how about you bring your bike up this year and
I sent it on a 125 twice.
Hayden
Yeah, but for
did.
what?
How
For a
about
case?
right now? How about this? Just decide I'm gonna bring my bike and I'm not gonna hit the triple.
Just scrub it. Nobody cares.
It's not the triple. It's that.
The rest of the track is easy.
I mean, I enjoyed the outdoor track
Are you
much
okay?
more.
Burp. You getting emotional over there?
Hit a drop.
For our audio listeners, Tanner's now crying.
I had a lot of fun on the main track, but I didn't last but like 2 corners. So
Yeah, neither did my bike.
Don't we all?
what I was doing out there, shout out to our friend Andrew. He was taking vids of us. The only thing I was doing was I knew where he was on the track, so I would
Look good.
I would roll the rest of the track.
I don't think I ever saw
And then
those
the flag
videos.
jump.
We never did see those.
Yeah,
videos.
you saw me with the finish line. Come on.
Oh, I took that video.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I would just kind of.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Off the. That's not the right drop.
I don't know which one it is. Which one's it?
D.
D. All right, perfect.
But anyway,
Oh.
If I do that, we'll be cleared out of here. I've had 12 eggs today.
That's gonna itch.
Dude,
when it dries.
I'm getting hungry and I don't have any food at home. Dang, it's already 9:43.
Yeah, Mill Creek's closed.
All right, so wrap it
Close at
up.
10.
What is the predictions? First round of the season, we're gonna call who's the champion, and then we'll see where we're at.
The
at the end of the season.
Who's our prediction for the champion?
Yeah, as 250s
I'm
and
going
450s
Jet and
outdoors.
Hayden 100%.
Yeah, I would
Mark
probably
it.
say the same.
Yeah.
I'm going. I'm going. Chance Hymas gets the championship.
Are you?
Absolutely not.
Garrett in second.
There
and
must be
Shimoda
marijuana
in
in
third.
those eggs, brother.
I think something's gonna happen.
You think Hayden's gonna not even be on the podium?
I think he's gonna go down and get injured.
I think
He said
I think
Garrett,
some-
Shimoda. What
I
did you
said
say?
Chance Hymas, Garrett, and Shimoda. I think
I
something's
do.
gonna
I
happen.
do think Garrett either wins a moto this year or gets like third, second.
He's gonna podium at least
Yeah.
3 times this year.
Yep.
I think something
That's
happens.
that's my
I
prediction.
don't know. I
He's
mean,
got 3 podiums.
we'll
this
see.
year. But
I
Deegan,
think-
Deegan and Jet.
Yeah, I think we're gonna just get a repeat of what we've been getting.
I'm gonna go Tomac for 450s. I'm gonna be the wild card.
Oh, I would love for Tomac to win.
Yeah, I want
I
to see
would
I
that.
think
lose my
we'll have a
mind.
better idea after this weekend.
Hey,
But
if Tomac is leading the points going into Redbud, I will ride.
Shave your head. You missed. Is that what she said?
I
You
heard
gotta-
shave his head.
you got to register before that.
Shave your head and ride the 2-stroke.
So, I will say, like, I don't personally think Eli has a championship this year, but. If
I could also
see-
though. I could see Jake getting injured again. He's gotten injured the past 2 summers.
Yeah, he's
happen
now
again.
injury prone. I will say, as long as I see Eli Tomac this year with a red plate,
Past 1 summer.
That's all I got.
my season is complete. Like,
Yep.
I don't care what the result is for him for the rest of the season. If he carried the red plate into one weekend,
Amazing.
that would be enough
Oh.
to see a red number 3 again.
And if it's at Redbud,
yeah, I'm gonna be standing.
And we're gonna be there.
I will say, if anybody
Sweaty.
if anybody would like to rent us their camper,
Yeah.
that is in Buchanan,
yeah, if any
Michigan,
of y'all got a camper,
Anybody with
Or a truck to pull a camper.
we will.
well, that might be in the works.
we will
TBD.
also let you be on the pod that we record at Redbud.
Yeah.
We recording one at Redbud.
Yep.
We'll feature your camper in the
We'll do
video.
a quick
we'll do it in the
tour.
fan section during the women's moto.
Bro, you gotta chill out with
Women's
that.
motocross is back actually.
Oh, dude, you're right. It is back.
Let's go.
I saw that. And I was so confused. Like, is this the future?
like, wait,
series?
what?
Yeah, what's
Yeah, on
what's the
Fridays.
what's the trans rule on that?
They
I'm pretty sure I saw Deegan out there.
they're doing it. They're doing
Digana.
it on Friday.
Yeah.
Is that right? They're doing it on
Yeah, it's
Friday.
on
Friday.
After the practices
I was
or
so
whatever.
confused. 'cause
Yeah, I saw
I was
the
watching
highlights.
Race Day Live, and I was like, what the frick is
Yeah.
this?
Moto KK won.
Deegan's gonna be like sliding into her DMs
Jeez.
just for the clicks.
No.
No, Deegan's gonna date some like
Supermodel.
it's
Yeah.
Look
like
at-
some like TikTok star.
That
or
is
something.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Charlie D'Amelio. Was that her name?
Is she
No.
still a thing? Is she still around?
Is that her name?
She on drugs yet?
There was one girl that he had posted on his story or something that had a thing on his shirt. She's
I don't know.
famous.
Oh. little world news.
I don't know.
Little world news right here. Danger Boy has, broken the chains of this sport, and he is now in Formula One.
I did see that.
That was pretty cool.
Lando,
Mr. Nois
That was cool.
wearing a little Danger.
wearing his mugshot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I like to see that a little bit more. I don't know what it's going to take, but if it means Deegan being a belligerent, child,
Getting put in prison.
I mean, if that's what it takes for this sport to bridge the gap, like I'd love
One
to see
thing
it.
that was crazy. So we all went. Well, yeah, we all went to Birmingham Supercross.
Yeah.
And Hayden got arrested.
Oh yeah.
That night.
Yeah.
Friday night, I think.
it was the day before.
And then he
the
got
mugshot
arrested.
was posted that afternoon.
Yeah, and then there were dudes at the race. I got a picture with them.
Yep.
Dudes that had his mugshot on their shirt at the race.
Yeah, that was incredible.
That's wild.
That was hilarious.
Shout out to their local mall for being ready to print those.
Or their
shirts.
Yeah,
mom's
we
cricket.
should have done that.
They we talked to them. They said that they went to the mall
You could just go print a picture
and
on
got
a shirt.
Yep.
That's sick.
crazy.
That was so fun. I will say Birmingham was a blast. I had so
Birmingham.
much
Oh
fun.
yeah.
I hope they do it again next year. I know that stadium's small.
Dude, I hope they bring
Yeah.
it back to Nashville.
Oh
I
my
have
gosh,
a buddy that works for the Titans, and he told me Nashville was on the schedule.
For next year,
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
I don't know.
In the new stadium.
No, the new stadium's not done for like 2 more years. I don't
2027.
think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indoor though.
But he told me Nashville was on the schedule for Supercross.
That would make sense because surely they would finish the outside first, right? And then they could clear up the rest of it.
I guess, but I don't know.
Like
The new stadium.
of the new, Hayden
Yeah,
gets it.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, of the new stadium, they would finish the outside, and then
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably some law that
they would have enough room,
negates
right?
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're saying.
forget what I said.
All right,
I
we should
guess.
probably wrap this thing up. We're at an hour and 41. Oh, the camera's off. Great. Camera probably just died.
It probably did.
So yeah, let's wrap this up.
Sick.
Got a sick.
Yep.
All right, we will see y'all in the next one. Are we gonna do one after? Are we all watching Hangtown together?
If we're hanging out, then let's
Here?
get a pod.
Yep. let's
Here?
do it. Maybe in Kentucky.
Nope. I say
Kentucky. I don't know if
we
I'll be
watch Hangtown here, so then we can come right in here after and do an immediate reaction pod.
Fresh on the dome.
Wait, are we gonna get back into doing podcasts regularly?
I would
Let's do
like
it.
to.
We should. Yeah.
I would
I
like
say
to
we
get back
might as well.
I would like to get back into riding regularly too. Mm-hmm. We need to go ride.
Yeah.
We need to ride at least 3 times before Redbud.
Somebody's got to fix my oil leak.
No,
Maybe
come
just
on.
tighten the drain bolt.
Just run it. Keep adding oil.
Keep adding oil.
Hey, at least there's oil in it.
All right, and on that note, thanks for listening. Have a
We
good
will
one.
be back on. So I'm going to try and post this. So today's Tuesday. I'm going to try and post it by tomorrow, which is Wednesday, because we talked about a lot of stuff that's relevant to this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to record another one on Saturday, right after the race, give you an instant reaction. We're going to try and start doing these more regularly because
The season's
mo-
gonna be worth it.
well, also the more regularly you do them, the bigger your audience grows. Which we're not in it just for a huge audience.
We want people
but-
to hear it though.
Yeah, we're not doing this
Enjoy
for
it.
no one.
Enjoy it. You know.
So we're gonna get back into doing these more regularly. I know we say that every podcast, but now we've got a crew of 4 of us
This will be
to where
Lot of
if
input.
only 2 or 3 of us can make it, we'll still do a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm
If
done
all
with
4 of us can be there, awesome.
Yeah.
If only 2 of us can be here, we're still gonna be doing podcasts.
Yeah. Tanner's toes need exposure. So
Yeah.
Jeez, they need sunscreen.
Tanner's got a link for
They
his
need-
toe stuff,
They
but
need a clip in. is
we're
what
not
they need.
gonna promote that on this channel.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Peace.